Good morning, guys. Welcome to my channel. This is Venus with No Mess. How y'all guys doing today? Guys, when I tell you that common sense doesn't grow in everyone's garden, and without common sense, it's like being dead almost if you don't have common sense. And guys, let me let y'all guys take a look at this video. Okay, hold on a second, guys.
Milwaukee Girl says she feared for her life after her bus driver left her outside a closed daycare.
Fox 6's Bria Jones spoke with the child and her family who say they want to see accountability from the bus company here, Bria.
That's right, Ben, Mary. It turns out the daycare was closed for today's federal holiday. When that child was dropped off, the girl's parents say that she started walking along Fond du Lac Freeway in tears. Now, thankfully, she knew her mother's number by heart when a stranger stopped to help.
I'm really smart, so I had to tell her my mom's phone number.
6-year-old Mariana Jones is the hero of her own story.
Everyone would just ignore me. I was screaming, crying for my life.
Monday, the first grader at Samuel Clemens Elementary School was dropped off around 3:15 p.m. at Precious Blessings Learning Center. But the daycare was closed for federal holiday.
I was ringing the doorbell like 4 or 5 times.
Her family says a bus driver with Safeway Transportation Services, a vendor for MPS, pulled off, leaving Jones alone along Fond du Lac Freeway.
I got scared because I thought someone gonna creep up to me.
Luckily, within 10 minutes, a good Samaritan stopped to help and called Jones's mother, who was at work.
I'm just grateful that somebody was, paying attention to my daughter, saw that didn't look right, that she was young and she was crying.
Cordessa Stewart says due to miscommunication, she didn't realize the daycare was closed and believes the bus company could have done more.
They could have at least waited a little minute to make sure she was retrieved by an adult. She could have been hit by a car. She could have been snatched up by anybody.
Jones's grandmother, a bus driver for a different company, says she went to Safeway but was dismissed.
Their attitude was like, oh, well, it happened, we don't care. It's drop and go. She's 6. Kids aren't partial packages. They're precious cargo.
In a statement, Milwaukee Public Schools says in part, when students are being dropped off at a child care site, our procedure for the bus driver is not to leave until someone has received the child at the drop-off site. MPS also says they're grateful the child is safe and they're working to figure out exactly what happened in this case. Now,
Okay, guys, I'm back. Like I said, common sense doesn't grow in everyone's garden. A lot of people just don't have common sense. They don't have common sense at all. Because if you're a bus driver and you taking kids to school, and you know when you go on that school property, you're going to see cars. You're going to see more cars than you used to see on a day that it closed. You're going to see lights. You might see people walking around. When she got to that school to drop this girl off, if she looked around, she would have seen less cars. She would have seen no kids out there. So why drop this child off? It's just a blessing that someone came by with a good heart and protect that child. Because like that little baby said, everyone was just passing by. I was screaming and crying for my life. The little girl did the right thing. She went up there, she rang the doorbell before all that happened, 4 or 5 times. So this child just started walking down the freeway. She was scared. Guys, I don't know what scientists is doing, but scientists need to come up with something, because we are living in a world with people with no common sense. Because This thing could have really went bad. Somebody could have snatched this child. Just think about it. And wouldn't know nobody know nothing about it. You're gonna drive a school bus, drop a child off. You don't look, see any other kids around. You don't look, see how many cars in the parking lot. You just drop them off and keep on going. See, that's what I keep saying, guys. Common sense. Common sense. If people will use common sense, it will help us to avoid a lot of pitfalls. And a lot of folks out here, they just don't have common sense. Because go back to what it before. If it's not in you, you can't use it. My grandma always told me it have to be in you, not on you. And my grandma always told me, if you don't have common sense and discipline in you, you're not going to use it. It have to be in you, not on you. So guys, I'm so happy that someone stopped and the little girl was able to give her phone number to the driver, and the driver called her mother. And I know a lot of people say, well, her mother should have known. No, because yesterday was a holiday. And I had to check with my sister and a couple of people to find out what banks were open, was the post office open, because I don't keep up with a lot of the holidays. Because the only thing about it, some of the holidays, the schools are open. Some schools are open on the holidays. So it's kind of hard to keep up with all the holidays like that, because, some schools are open and some schools are closed. I mean, like some of the private schools, I know they are open. So you can't lay that on the mother. She didn't check, hey? But that was the bus driver responsibility to look around that school and to see if she sees something different from the other days that she dropping the kids off. And I'm pretty sure she had a cell phone. She could have made a call, say, hey, y'all guys open today or something like that. Or she could have called back to her office and check and say, I need y'all to check and make sure this school is open because I don't see no cars out here. That's common sense. So guys, the little girl's okay. She might be a little afraid right now, but I just want to bring that to your attention and say, guys, we got to use common sense. We have to use common sense. Because common sense is one of the ones who can help you solve some problems. And I feel sorry for her, that bus driver, whoever, not using common sense. Because she driving the bus with other lives on there. And if she ain't got common sense, whoo, I don't even want to think about that one. So guys, this is all I have for this video. If you like this content, please give it a like button. Hit the like button for me, please, guys. And guys, always remember, self-control. I'm going to have to throw some common sense in here. Patience and peace until next time, guys. Have a great day.